Good YouTubing, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel. We really do appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do, because it really helps us out. Let's take a look at Marvel Legends series, Build-A-Figure Marvel's Box. This is available now for order, and the links are down in the basement. But right now, let's go ahead and roll them off the stand, and let's get started. Okay, so let's take a look at them up close. That way we can get an idea. Okay, so let's look at Dark Avengers Hawkeye, right? There he is, grinning and smiling. So you see the scheme on him, right? Look at those eyes. It's done pretty well. You have the paint there going around his head, right? Smooth finish. Do have a couple pieces here that are attached, but if you look at them, teeth, mouth, sculpt, it's not bad, right? Even the here with the sculpting and then having the belt with that silver color, not a bad job. Look at the back. That's the hole for his arrows, right? Okay, more stuff here. And then the arms are sculpted pretty decent. And he does have some kind of gauntlet there. Doesn't move. It looks like a stationary there, right? And there is his, I don't know exactly what you call it. Part of his gi, like a gi thing, right? There you have it. That is PBS on both sides. And there are his iconic baggy boots. There you go. They look pretty decent. They don't look like shoes. This is not bad. You see it, right? So there it is. Look at that face again. Look at that. Cheesing. Blue eyes. Not a bad gig. Okay, next up we're gonna do Robbie Reyes. Okay, here he is. He does look like the comics now. I mean, it's not bad. Their head could be a little more oval shape instead of like, circular instead of oval. But there you have it. The flame effects look really decent going across his head. And then you also see him coming out of his mouth on each side. And then his eyes, they're painted okay. Wouldn't say that great. You can see that white stuff there, the white wash. But overall, let me see that. Let's go ahead and, yeah, you see that white going around. But inside's okay. And there you have it. Not too bad. Get some of this lighting this way again. I'm just having trouble with lighting in general. I need to start doing something different. But there you go. Black in the nose. You got a little black in the mouth. And there you have it. The suit itself is, like I said, it's going to be just like the comics. Don't know why. Oh my goodness. What a shake. It was earthquake. Don't know why they put the rest of this all the way to the diaper. They could have left that out and stopped here, right? Okay, all black attire, right? You're having that smooth finish, nothing to it, and that is all to it on that. And then you have your hands, which have white on them as well, right? There he is. Let's look at that face again, right? Let's look at it. There it is. I'm Robbie. Okay, and that'll do it for the appearance. Let's take a look at PSYLOKKE. The thing about PSYLOKKE, I think she looks like the comics. Not quite sure if it's close or not. I don't know if all the pink on her inside of her face, the painting there, is all attached like that. But if you look at it, the job's not done, not bad. Look at her eyes. She looks scared. Oh. Oh. She looks really scared. And there you have it, hair flowing out of the hoodie, right? The hoodie has this kind of scale look to it, right? Very heavy too. It's hard to have her stand because the cape is so heavy. You got to position her right. And there goes her armor. Like I said, this is purple and it does have like a metallic semi finish. But the funny thing about it is it doesn't look like it's metal. It just looks like good plastic. So that being said, you could have threw some a wash of silver on there and threw it to make it look like that is metal armor. That's what she was looking for in the comics. That's what it looks like in the comics. Don't know why they didn't do that, but it still looks good. It'd just be really better, much better if they had the metal, you know, the metallic finish, or just a wash of gray would have did. Well, a wash of metal, something to make it look like it's metal. Anyway, you see the pink there around the areas that's painted okay. I would say if you look real closely, it's not that great, but you see it. And there goes the rest of the metal right? That's purple. I just think that that finish, see, if you look at it here, you're like, oh, okay. But it's just it's too plastic. And it doesn't look like armor. It just looks like plastic. That's what it looks like, right? Okay, back, you see the cape, it does have ridges on it. Same with the top, like scales. There you go, it's PVC. Can't do anything with it, but it can come off. Cannot come off at all, but you see it there, right? I like how the hair is coming out of there. It's pretty nice. But there it is. We know who she is. That's gonna be Betsy Braddock, right? Is it Braddock? Yeah, Betsy Braddock is her name. Okay, Betsy. All right, and that will do it for, see that? Look at it, look how she's gonna fall. And that will do it for the appearance. So let's take a look at their accessories up close. If you look at PSYLOKKE, she is getting the power effect from her head, which is the telepathic effect. You just put it on her face. And she's also gonna have an extra pair of hands that are flaying open, like she's doing magic. And she also has the leg of Marvel's box, right? As you can see. And you're going for HAWKEYE, Dark Avengers, he will come with an extra pair of hands that are open, that you can hold weapons. You will have the bow and the arrow and the stack of arrows that you put in the cylinder there, and you can put it on his back. And he also has the fist and the whole arm and another hand of Marvel's box, right? Okay, and if you go for Ghost Rider, that will be Robbie Diaz. He comes with the chain, a hammer, and he comes with the crowbar. Also has a pair of hands, one that is a claw look, and one is a punch hand, right? And he also comes with the leg of Marvel's box, right? Okay, so let's take a look at these accessories up close. We'll go ahead and start with PSYLOKKE, and we'll look at her telepathic powers. As you can see, there's her telepathic powers, fits on very nicely. So let's look at that up close. Okay, there you have it. You can, wow, there we go. Got to get it right. There you go. That's what it is in the comics. If you look at it, when she first changed into the Outback age, this is what she done. And then you can see it there. You look at any comic, this is what you're going to see. So not a bad job there, right? Just translucent plastic. Nothing really crazy, but you do see it, right? Stick it on her face, and you got her iconic telepathic PSYLOKKE, right? There you go. Just looking at that. Okay, so the other pair of hands, as you can see, she's got punch hands on her. You see it? She got the punch hands. They fit on pretty decent. But I'm gonna show you these hands. I think I'm gonna connect both of them on this thing. That way you can see what it looks like with both of them, right? Okay, and here we are. Look at those hands there. Okay, can I see that? Okay, there they are. There's the hands. Like she's doing some magic work. They're okay, all purple. Nothing really wild about them. I mean, but they do the job, right? That's what you're looking for. Be nice to have some stuff coming around. I don't know. It's a lot of things can be nice, especially for these price points. But there you have it. Hands. Right? And then here is her piece that she has for Marvel's box. This is a big leg. Here we are. It's articulate. It's got the big latches like your Hulks and whatnot. Big guys, you do have big movement latches there, so it's just gonna be a big guy with some slow movements, right? But there's the leg. You do have a piece there that's probably gonna stick onto a thigh, and there you have it, right? Big calf latch, feet latch, and it looks like his own rockers for sure, and latches of his own on the feet, right? There you have it. Nothing crazy about this. Not a fan of Marvel's box, but we're gonna have them. Okay, up next. You wouldn't think. Let's go ahead and take a look at Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider. Okay, for him, you'll be getting this. What I like what you're getting here is the hammer and the crowbar. I like that you get that. But let's take a look at those because there's some things what I don't like about it. Crazy. All right, so I'm gonna hook them on together. Just put them on together there, right? We'll put the, okay, I'm not gonna do that. We'll just do one by one. Okay, so here's the hammer. That's why I talked about it first. As you can see, that's... I don't know why I can't get it. There it is. So there it is. This is a hammer, right? You got this, and then you have this plastic here. I'm not... that doesn't seem like a hammer to me. Make this have a metallic finish of some sort, not this plastic. That does not look like a metal hammer or at all. That looks like something you send your kid's school. That's playful, right? Not great at all. Terrible on that. Okay, the crowbar is even more funny. As you can see, he holds the crowbar pretty neat there. No issue there holding the crowbar, but look at the crowbar. The crowbar is not that great. What is this? Is that a bone bar or a crowbar? So we need metal on that. I need some kind of metal. I need a metallic finish of some sort, but that does not look like a crowbar at all. Oh, that looks like stone, right? It's not that great. Let me see the handle. Yeah, that's terrible. Okay, next up will be his hands. You will have the punch hand, and then you'll have the open hand, right? Let's see if I can get them. I can't get them both. I'm gonna go ahead to show you the punch hand first, then the open hand. All right, so the punch hand's here. There you go. White on top, not bad. There you go. Punch hand. That's okay. And then he has a more relaxed hand, more open, more like he's coming at you or about to do something to you. Here we go. There it is. It's done okay. I mean, it's not bad. There you go. All right. Fancy. Okay. Now let's take a look at his chain, which it's okay, but it's still that toy-like look. I mean, you could have done a better job. This is a toy-like look. It's just crazy. You see how he can hold it and whatnot, but look at this. Yeah, it's just toyish. It's just a bunch of plastic together. It doesn't have a finish on it. It doesn't have any wash on it. It's just straight plastic. Let's get it close. Look at it. That is not good. It's terrible. And stuff's falling off of my finger. It doesn't look like a chain. It just looks like a bunch of goo. Look at it. That's not good. Not good at all. That's what we have for that. No details on it or nothing. And there you have it. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know how I didn't go through his accessories. I was just rolling through it and completely forgot. So here we are. Let's take a look at him. So we're gonna look at his hands. First, you see the punch hands on him, right? Here are his hands. I don't know how I did this. We'll just look at one of his hands because they're the same. They're just on opposite sides. There we go. There it is. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. That's quite that blue finish, right? There you go. You can see it. It's okay. It's not that great, but it does the job. You can see it. That's paint as gloves. Nothing really crazy there, right? Okay. Also, we'll look at his bundles of arrows. Thing that the stack that holds his arrows there, right? There you go. Nothing to it. Purple. Holds a stack of arrows, right? There you go. Plenty of arrows to shoot, right? Okay. Next up, it'll be his bow. I'll clip the bow and I'll hold the arrow. Okay, there's your bow. Right? Got the nice purple finish to it, black handle, grip, actual, and this is actual flexible material here. And then you can put your bow there, right? Nothing to it, right? Pretty easy. Does have a little tip, ugly tip, toy-like tip. You could probably paint that yourself, do something with that, right? But there you have it. Okay, and his parts for Marvel's box. Of course, he'll have the punch hand and he'll have an entire arm with an open hand, right? There you have it. And that'll do it for the accessories. Okay, for the scale, as you can see, the scale it's pretty decent. I mean, all three of them together are going to match, of course, because they're in a wave. But just looking at Gray Hulk there to give you that size comparison, and that you get the idea. Okay. Okay, for the POA, let's do it for the points of articulation. We'll start with PSYLOCKE first. Of course, when you're looking at it, right, you're thinking, oh, looking good. She's going to be very limited with this PVC plastic cape. Doesn't come off. But let's start with the head movements. The head movements are going to be fairly decent, even with her hoodie on. So you're okay. She has a long neck with the ball and socket, so you're going to have movements decent enough to do what you need to do, right? Minor limitations, but not much. Some can be forced to do different things. Her body moves very well in the sternum, so you can look up differently if you like. You just have to manipulate the figure the way you like it, okay? PC plastic in the way. You do have the latch system, and you see that it's in a ball and socket inside the shoulder. That also rotates inside, right? That rotates barely. You do have the shoulder pad blocking the way, but it does, and it moves and it rotates. You do have your bicep swivel there, right? Also, your double jointed arms, they're there. Not bad at all, okay? And like I said, the lower sternum does rotate, and you do have that there, and your waist rotations, I don't think that they're there. You don't have any waist rotations at all. Strange, right? You do have your dumbbell joints there, and your thigh swivel is there. And of course, you do have your double jointed legs. Not a problem, right? Same on both sides. You do have the rotating hands that are interchangeable. They do have their small latch of their own. And of course, you do have your feet on the latch system that sit on rockers, right? Not a problem there, right? Okay, set her away. That's the thing I was talking about. Very hard to stand. That cape is heavy. Gonna put her here. All right, let's go for Hawkeye. There he is, Hawkeye. How's it going, buddy? His head movements are gonna be great. He has a super long neck, which is, that's strange. His neck doesn't need to be that. That is a huge neck. Look at that, guy. That's crazy. Okay, so head on ball and socket, moves very decent, right? This also moves well. The long neck moves around as well to give you what you need. So there you have it. That is super ugly. Bad job there to me, having these two pieces for head movements, right? Your tilts are fine, ups are fine for sure. And there you're not limited because of the ugly mechanic in the neck and in the ball and socket in the head. That's why it can move the way it likes, but it looks terrible on the look of it, right? Okay, you're looking at the PVC here, right? Of course. And then you look at the arms, basic latch system with the ball and socket. Of course, you do have your bicep swivels here, right? Double jointed arms. Double jointed arms, there you go. Rotations in the hands. They have latches of their own, right? Same on both sides. And you do have the lower sternum rotations. And here, I'm sure you have hip rotations, which you do. There you go. Dumbbell joints there. You do have your thigh swivel. And you have your double jointed legs, right? Got that. Also having the latch system in the rocker. I'll show you. Rock. There it is, okay? That's enough for him. See if we can set him down. It can be hard to sit down, mess with all them latches. Oh, he looks funny. Can he make it? I don't know. We're gonna set him down. I'm gonna do it. Okay, there you go, buddy. All right, we got him. He's set down, there he is. Oh, almost. He's gonna fall, hold on. What is going on? I can't never get him the first time. There he is. Okay, Robbie Ghost Rider. I do like this guy. He looks pretty cool. Okay, so for him, let's look at these movements here. Trying to get it right. Okay, for him, you see the head movements. That's not an issue, right? Ball and socket. I'm not sure if it's on the latch. Yeah, ball and socket. You see that? It's on a latch system. So that's what you have, ball and socket, latch system. Tilts always get limited with latch systems, but you can still do enough, you see? It's not a problem with that. It's not as good as resting on a ball and socket without a latch, but it does the job. But looking down for sure, like when he's on his bike, riding his bike. So that latch system does well for that, right? Okay, there you are. You have your latch system there. Ball and socket, rotates, bicep swivel, double jointed arms, and also the hands that have latches of their own, right? You do have this ugly cut. I wish they would do away for this system here. This system is just terrible. As you look at it, that crunch system, I'm not a fan of that. It's quite all right, but you just have this ugly cut here, right? But the thing about it is it does keep the motion of the artwork versus it going all the way down to his diaper, which was not cool, because once you move the waist, which we have waist movements, it doesn't look right. They should have just ended it there and didn't put it all the way down to his diaper, right? Okay, looking at the dumbbell joints, they're there, right? And then you do have your thigh swivels here. And of course, double jointed knees. And then you do have your feet on latches that sit on rockers, right? Not too much for the articulation, pretty HASBRO basic, if you ask, I think. That's what I think. It's just pretty basic. But you get the idea, and that'll do it for the POA. Okay, for the packaging, as you can see, all three here, they do come with more characters, but we have three, and that comes with the Marvel's box, right? With the collective build, as you can see the legs here, right? Okay, so let's take a look at the packaging for all three first, and then we'll go to detail individually. But looking at the front of the packaging, you can see Marvel Legends series, the Build-A-Figures Marvel, and also looking at their bottom, you can see that large Marvel logo in black in the background, right? And of course, you see the action figure and all the accessories inside the bubble. And then if you look really deep in the back, you see the yellow, which could be used for a mini diorama. Let's take a look at PSYLOKKE's packaging. We know it's the same as the rest, but if you look at the side panels, that's what's different. You see PSYLOKKE in the side window cutout, and if you look at the bottom in the square, you can see her picture from the comics, which is from most likely the first appearance, right? And if you flip over to the other side panel, you're gonna have that just a little bit bigger, right? Okay, looking at Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes, also his side panel has the exact same thing. You have a square cutout of him from his first appearance, right? I'm pretty sure that's the first appearance. And if you take a look at the other side panel, he's just a little bit larger, right? Okay, so for Hawkeye, which is Bullseye, his is the same way. He has the open window cutout, and he does have the picture of him from his first appearance. And if you take a look at the other side panel, it is the same, right? So let's take a look at the back of the packaging. Oh, okay, turn them over. For the back of the packaging, it's not much. You're getting the same things like the side panels, right? So looking at the back, only thing I really wanted to show you was this, okay? Each of them do have their bio, right? I'm going to show you those. And let's look at this real quick. Looking at Marvel's box, you can see that he has all 6, right? And then Wolverine is not one, but he's part of the wave. You're looking at U.S. Agent, Workforce, Deadpool, PSYLOKKE, Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes, and Dark Avengers Hawkeye, which is Bullseye, and Marvel's Marina, right? There you go. And there goes this. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it right there so you can look at that if you want to pause it. It's not much to read. Okay, and we'll do the same with the rest. Okay, if you want to read that, you can. All right, for PSYLOKKE, that's done. And here we are for Hawkeye. Want to read that, pause it. There you go. Okay, so that will do it for the packaging. Okay. And as the inside for the packaging, as you can see, all the yellow, that will be for your little mini dioramas. As you can use them as you like. Take a couple headshots, body shots, or whatever, right? You see them there, and there you have it. Okay. For my pros and cons, I don't really have any cons. I can make a con saying that PSYLOKKE doesn't have enough accessories at all. I don't think. And that's my opinion. But for the rest of the 2 figures, it's not bad. I think they look really close to their comic counterparts. didn't do a bad job there. So for me, I'm gonna have to give these three a 6 out of 10. Let me know what you give them, guys. And you guessed it, you can get it at Bigbadtoystore.com. Just check out Bigbadtoystore.com. So what are you waiting for? Check them out! And this brings us to the end of our video. If you found the video informational or you just simply enjoyed watching, please hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe button. And as always, this has been another toy review. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.